Hello there. I'm Nanette, and I'm going to be taking over from Carmilen. Today we have Vojtas, who's going to present us with. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was a speedrun of a speedrun. Thank you very much. Okay, here we are again, like a dragon. The man who erased his name. We're back. We're back, and we're going to finally read our donations. Those donations go to the language choice for the speedrun. So the first one is from Bracket, who chose English, and it's €6.90. Yakuza Plan Zalando, have a good run, and regards to the host. Thank you. And the second one goes to Japanese, €42.29. How about we round it up to a nice and even €1,300. To thank everyone who was involved and made this event possible. Thank you so much. Merci la team Nitro. Oh, sorry, I'm not that good at it. I will not butcher it, but thank you very much for your donation, Brink. And those donations conclude the bid war, Japanese versus English. And we have, drum rolls please, Japanese, it's €129.51, and English losing €92.50. So Japanese it is.
Japanese
for this run. Japanese it is. Thank you so much for all your donations for this bid war.
Okay, can I take it away now, or?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, hello everyone, I'm gonna be running through Like a Dragon Gaiden. For those who don't know, it's a Yakuza game. They just went through a name change. And if we are ready on tech, we can just start the run, which is gonna be once I press OK on this prompt. So in 3, 2, 1, go. So, Like a Dragon Gaiden takes place between the events of Yakuza 6 and Yakuza 7, which Yakuza 7 is called Yakuza Like a Dragon in the West, or in the US or Europe, and Europe. Yeah, weird naming. It's RGG who does that, and a little bit spoilers, but block, please, thank you. A little bit spoilers, but at the end of Yakuza 6, Kiryu decided that he can't keep Haruka safe with him around, so he pursued a very famous, or like high post politic to call him dead, and that way, like, he thinks Haruka can be safe. In the meantime, he had to join like a secret organization, Daidoji. And this is where this game starts. We are doing a small job for the Daidoji. It's like protecting a daughter of another politician or something like that. And that's Kiryu's life right now. His name is Joryu. He doesn't have a name. That's where the man who erased his name come from. And that's that. So they send us on a mission to the docks. It's just supposed to be an easy job. We are just supposed to look tough and that's it. But this guy just wants to make trouble. And if you know Yakuza games, these first things is usually a tutorial. So that was a tutorial for the heat action. What I did was run behind him and then do like a 180, which does that attack with his foot on the ground. And then we can do a quick heat action. This tutorial taught us about using X-Heat, which gonna be really useful later in the run. Right now it's also useful because it does a lot of damage. It's like modify your attacks. And you know, you have different powers in the X-Heat, which... What's that? I do have to turn off action assist because we are playing on beginner difficulty, and on beginner difficulty they just turn on action assist. Usually in the Yakuza games you have like easy, like in Judgment. Oh no. That's a really bad attack. Cool, thank you. I wanna pick up the bat and clear this these masked mans with that. Good. I also replenish my heat bar. In the top left corner you can see my health, which is the top bar, and under that is the heat bar. So these guys showed up and they wanna take Hanawa, which is our boss here. And I wanna target the main guy, the big guy. They wanna take him with them, but we don't really want to allow that, so... Okay, this fight's not going really well. Usually in that exit you want to kill as most enemies as possible. And now I wanna pick up the bat because bat is cool. Thank you. Okay. Sometimes Hanawa kills some of them, but it's a hit or miss, really. And yay, we saved Hanawa. He won't be kidnapped. Woohoo. But Kiryu is like, what the hell happened? And like one of these people recognized Kiryu, which nobody should know he's alive. But he immediately knew, and that's we went to Ijincho, I think this is the place. This is where mostly Yakuza Like a Dragon takes place. And we wanna ask around if people know some stuff. There was a tutorial for like the... Because this is an open world game, you have fight spawns in the way. In this game it's not really an issue, because most of these are an area trigger, like here you're gonna see it, I'm gonna get into the fight. But when we're gonna reach this certain point, it's just gonna say I failed the fight and they're just gonna disappear, which is cool. So we haven't talked about this, but you could see Choryu or Kiryu has like some kind of webs. And these webs are his gadgets. Yes, he can get 4 gadgets, but right now we only have the strength thing. I need to buy underwear to boost my attack. And so yeah, the first gadget is the strength thing. And you can string enemies with that, or you can grab items that are out of your reach with that. Cool. So we are spying on the Seiryu clan, but I think there was a camera on the rooftop, which they saw us like acting goofy. And that is Tsuruno, one of the Omi aliens guys that wants us. And like the main guy behind this. This is a good exit. Okay. Didn't kill the guy with the stun gun because, yep. That one gives the most issues. Because he can stun lock you with that electric gun. Gives you paralyzed. Oh, this isn't thing? Yeah, because we are in Japanese, cool. I thought because like in the bid war, Japanese was switching with English a lot, but I'm glad Japanese won, even though Japanese is slower. Japanese is slower by like 30 seconds. It's way more enjoyable in my opinion. So here we have to wait a bit, because when he's doing this animation we can't damage him, and then we have to hit him 3 times and counter this attack. Good. Big enemies or bosses in this game has a thing. It was called immortal attacks in the Judgment games. I don't know how it's called here, but they are just immortal. They live with 1 HP, and you have to press A, which is a dodge, in a specific moment to do the counter attack. Okay, this is Man in the Hanya Mask, or if you know later parts of the game, Shishido. We were going through the van, Hanawa joined us that we wanted to like get Tsuruno to the Daidoji hideout, but this guy stopped us. And now we are fighting him. And so this introduces the second style we have, which is the Yakuza style. If anyone played the Yakuza series, you know what I'm talking about. It's the basic Kiryu style he has. So we want to pick up the cone again and just smack him with it as much as we can. He likes to do the attacks sometimes. The less he guards, the better. And then we want to finish with the exit. This was really good, and okay. Shishido is one of the fights that just goes like horribly wrong every time, so maybe the Japanese luck, maybe the marathon luck. So police shows up, Hanawa is actually kidnapped, and we are just kinda in a bad situation. They gives us the phone and tells us to just cover somewhere in the meantime until they call up. We can't leave the city, so we just wanna hide somewhere because the cops showed up. Okay, this fight spawn also doesn't matter, we just need to find a place to smoke, and gangsters or goons are so cool that they just leave you be if you want to have a smoke. But Kiryu finds out he's out of the smoke anyway. Like, this is a very specific path we have to take. I hope I did. Okay, good. you have to pick up one item, because there are items scattered around the city, and you can use the string gadget to pull them closer to you. So we did one with that, that's Tauriner, and now I'm gonna buy 5 Tauriners, pork bento, because I'm hungry, and then sakes. I'm actually not hungry, we're gonna use that later and give it to a homeless man, but that's for the next chapter. Okay, so the Daidoji came up and was like, you know, you're supposed to be dead, so you'll come with us back to Daidoji. But Kiryu is like, if I leave, Hanawa's gonna die. And they are like, that doesn't matter, we need you to be in the base. And Kiryu, because he likes really his supervisor or like his boss, he just decided to save him. So this is like the first set piece we have. Set piece we usually call in the Yakuza games like the parts where... Ooh, that's bad. Ooh. I'm just gonna smack you with this, I guess. Yeah, it's the parts where you have like a lot of enemies and you're just like walking through them, usually through some areas you haven't before. So there are a lot of enemies here, and what I wanna do is lure them into this corner, use exit, and hopefully damage most of them. Nice. And now we're gonna get drunk. So the reason for getting drunk is it gives you a slight bit of heat. Okay, guy. Agent J doing something weird. Sure. The reason for being drunk is you get more heat from the attacks you do, so that's useful. Oh no. Okay, we're using the police Gaiden. So what I wanted was these attacks, but okay. I also forgot because we want this. If you're in exit in the Yakuza style, it kind of works similar to the Beast style in Yakuza 0, where he just picks up any items we can do. And this is the juggling. They really perfected this, so what you just see is if you do like 2 attacks, and you're gonna see it in the bit again. We need one of these, so don't break. You're gonna see it in a bit again. If we do 2 attacks in the exit with agent style, we're gonna launch the enemy up, and then we immediately switch styles to Yakuza, so we can continue the combo, and he just keeps in the air. He dropped there. It's not like 100% like you can't really juggle it infinitely, but it works mostly for these guys, not for this guy. This guy is just big dude with a Thanos hand. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the police Gaiden that we picked up earlier. Hopefully he won't do any stupid things. Switch to agent, do 2 attacks, that's gonna hopefully launch him up. Good. I don't really like you, Saigo. So you can also see I'm using my heat items to get my heat back up. For the first chapter that's really necessary. Later we're gonna have some way to regenerate the heat back, so it's not gonna be that much of an issue. But in the beginning it's a problem. But yeah, that guy can kill runs instantly. It's he can like launch back. I'm really glad he didn't do it. He can launch back and send like some is it no. That's like the Street Fighter thing. Like these blue balls. Where is he? Here. Okay. And yay, we got through the Daidoji temple. And that concludes chapter 1. Also a little side thing about like the why is this called like a Dragon Gaiden, why they drop the numbers. I don't know why they drop the numbers, because they just consistently drop the numbers now. But this is supposed to be a shorter game. That's also why this is the shortest Yakuza game to speedrun right now, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna buy this, not that, because we don't have money for that, but the other thing. I'm not buying. And not that. We did upgrade attack, and the Sengoku Punshin gives us more attacks. So we got to Sotenbury. And here we have to talk to a mysterious person, Akame. We don't know who Akame is. So we just ask some homeless guys, because we know they have a connection to them. And I believe the homeless guy sends us here. Or a bunch of goons just doing problems with another homeless guy, I believe. Surprised I didn't kill him. And when we are done with this, Akame shows up, and we found out it's a girl. And she's supposed to help us. So we need to find castle. But she's like, I'm not taking you to the castle until whatever tomorrow, I guess. Like, she's really hesitant about it anyway. And once we wake up, she's still like, nope, we are not going there yet. And when we are about to leave, she introduces us to her problems with welfare thieves. So we have to do a fetch quest for her. Or like beat 2 guys. Beat some enemies up. These enemies means like guys that just picks up on homeless people. And they also have the Ome Aliens badge, which is really weird. So for this fight, we're gonna string this guy and hit him. Sadly, the other guy didn't come closer, so good. Shoutouts to the guy on the left. The blue item in his crouch is a golden ball, and the golden ball is one of the substories. I am the only insane person that actually Frup also did runs. One of the 2 insane persons that did all substories for this, but it's still one of the shortest all substories runs we have throughout the series. Okay, you know the deal. Exit. You can also notice I'm doing like a little sidestep at the end. Ooh. Hopefully. Nice. You can notice I'm doing like a little sidestep at the end. That means I can start a combo earlier. That's it. So Akame is happy, but not yet. She introduces us to her side stuff, which is Akame Network. She tells us to level it up to level 3. I think level 3. And the fastest way to do that is to give this guy Saka. And give the other guy a bento that we bought earlier. We get a text message and we go back. After this, she introduces us to our requests, which requests is a different way to do substories. It's something similar to like Judgment games, where you took the substories from the board. And She tells us to visit a cabaret club. I don't know. Okay, so everyone in the community is calling this case on feed skip. I'm gonna explain it in a bit. So we have to enter this. We click on OK, we see feed, we quit. That's why it's called feed skip. I'm the only person that actually, because you can buffer inputs, you can choose also AU before that, and I'm the only person that usually does that in the runs, but wanna make the community proud, so I switched to case on.
If I may chime in,
Yeah.
we have a donation from Halamix, and it says Ayeto. Whatever that means. If you do know, please tell me. I have no idea. But I guess it's a funny one since you left.
Yeah, it's a Czech thing.
Okay. Checkmate then. Thank you, Halamix, for your donation.
So in the meantime, we pick. I don't know how it's called. It's called Pat and Matt as well. It's just English. That's from the cartoons.
Oh, I know that one. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's from that. So I picked up a request there. The request is for Akame points because later, and also for money because we need some money. Later we need Golden Tiger. It's story locked. We have to reach Golden Tiger, and it's locked behind reaching Akame level 7 network, and winning 3 fights in the Coliseum. So that's why we're doing this request now. It's also useful for money. Money is cool because same as in Yakuza, you invest in yourself, so you use money to upgrade abilities. So that request we did was for the Obatarian, but you haven't seen her at all, so you wouldn't even know if I told you. And now we're gonna pick these 2 locker keys. One of them is Stamina Spark, and the other one is Bloody Binding. And we're gonna upgrade and equip the Bloody Binding. So Bloody Binding gives us minus defense stats, and I have to do this door thing. Nice. If you walk into that corner, you can pick up that platinum plate just before entering this trigger. It's like really close, so I'm really glad I found that out, that you can just walk into that corner and it stops you. Yeah, it gives us minus defense, but a lot of attack, so that's why we use that. That also means a lot of these enemies gonna do a lot of damage to us. Ooh. Okay. He usually doesn't do that. So this is Mizuragi. He teaches us how to summon drones. We can use drones to fight. And if you thought that was crazy already, he tells us about the other gadgets we're gonna use. And this gadget is a little bit explosive. And it's really, really broken. I sadly have to skip this cutscene because it's really long, but this gadget is called Firefly, and it's a cigarette that if you throw that cigarette, it's just gonna explode. These gadgets also have like a different variation when in X-Heat, and when we are in X-Heat, it's a really strong explosion. You're gonna see it in a bit what I mean. Because it's our main way to deal with a lot of enemies. So that was a little detour we did. We had to sell the plates and for the money No real reason behind that besides that. Now we can finally go to the castle, and castle is a big castle on an old ship, and it's a paradise. There's gambling here. I guess that's it. And the Coliseum, which we're gonna join in a bit. But before that, I would really like to play some Koi Koi. No, I like. No. Alright, we just wanna pick that item up. There's no other way to get that item from. And we're gonna upgrade our equipable gear, which means we can put this and this. And we lowered our defense even more for exchange to having more attacks. So, the big guy that rules this Coliseum, don't mind the mask, it's important. The big guy that rules this Coliseum is Nishitani 3. Nobody knows what happened to Nishitani 2. And we want to have a little chat with him. Ooh. Okay. We want to have a little chat with him because Hanaba is still missing and we want to rescue him, but we don't know where he is. And these fights, it's something supposed to be like a big promo, but these guys look really similar to... I wonder who this guy is. Never seen him. We do have to use some Tauriners, and I'm kind of running low on that. I guess I'm using Saka. Funny enough, this guy uses the Ishin style, the Wild Dancer. Okay, that was cool. He can do like the counter really early when he gets up, so glad that worked. And now who is this? Huh. Again, we just wanna lunge him up and do some light attacks. This guy looks really close to what he's supposed to be. All the other ones were obviously fakes. But also Kiryu says something along the lines like you look like him but you don't really fight like him, even though they are tigers. They went big fan services with this game. And what we wanna do here is run to the right or to the left and hopefully hit them both at the same time. That didn't work. And then I wanna do light punches because even though the tiger is already fainted, Kiryu doesn't kill, we can still hit him on the ground to regenerate some of the heat back, which we need. Which we need for this. And then I'm just gonna finish with quick step strikes. How was the Coliseum thing? For now. So after this, we get a meeting with Shishido. Shishido, like the big thing about this is they want Kiryu because for a job. In the exchange, they say they can give him the freedom because when he joined Daidoji he can't show his face anywhere. So they are saying they would kill Hanama and erase his name again. And just give him new identity if he does this one little thing they need. And these guys works for Omi. But Kiryu is like, no, I don't want that. I don't wanna kill Hanama. So we get the information where he is. We need the heat bar before entering this. So we get the information where he is. He's in this building, and then we have another set piece to go through. And now, a lot of enemies, and what I talked about, Firefly. So what we wanna do, as you can see, is use this Firefly in the exit. And while Kiryu throws the Firefly, we wanna switch the styles and cancel the exit, so we can regenerate the back heat. We can regenerate back the heat. The way it works is, yeah, like if Kiryu is in X heat, it doesn't give him any heat during that. So with this little like mechanic, I would say, we can cancel that and regenerate the heat back. It's really cool and really fast for most of these enemies. But for this guys, I'm just gonna use the table. So this guy we gonna... By the way, shoutouts to the mahjong tables. We're gonna juggle him for a bit, but we need to stop at the right moment, because all of these enemies has a threshold. He needs to go through the... Okay. Ooh. I don't dodge that, that's fine. So all these enemies needs to go through the threshold, and I'm sorry all mahjong lovers, but we need to kick some of these tables to bring our heat back. I'm really sorry, I also enjoy mahjong, but here we are. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, I probably lost what I wanted to say, so that's that.
If you're feeling lost, then may I interrupt for a bit, because we have double donation from Halamix again.
Okay.
And it's quote unquote, nice suit, nice suit.
Nice. So for this guy we want to use the same strat as for the first one. Just heavy attacks and finish it with the heat when he transitions. Now here we want to pick up the Umbra stance before entering this door, because after this door we have this cutscene, and if we pick up an item before that, we can carry on the item to this fight. So even though I didn't have it, now I have the Umbra stand. And you can see how much HP I'm losing, by the way. And that's not even our final equips. Anyway, we want to... Huh? That was an invisible firefly. Cool. We want to throw a firefly here and go close to this wall to regenerate our heat back, because as I mentioned, or with the mahjong tables, if you damage any equipments or like the items around, it gives you heat back. That also works with a firefly, but we need to be in a certain distance to that. And that wall is just close enough to work. So we find Hanawa in a really bad state, and Cyrano is just, god damn it man, just cooperate. We are doing this for you, man. Don't you wanna see the little kids? But he's still like, I'm no killer. And this fight can go really fast. We're just gonna go into an X-Heat, go close to this wall, throw a cigarette to this wall. While we are X-Heat, we don't take damage from the cigarette. We really wanted to kill all of them, which didn't. But we should be fine. What I mean by all of them is all the small enemies besides Tsuno. By the way, fun fact, this fighting sequence doesn't have a QTE, but this kick, if Tsuno wasn't already on his threshold, it would do damage. And now we wanna do light attacks, and hopefully we're gonna get the fourth one before that. And if we manage to hit him with all the 4 attacks, then we can do the counter and that would kill him, but sadly there was one more guy left to take care of, so had to switch to that. And now the objectives tells us to return to Akami, but we can't use taxis, and if you look at the minimap, there isn't really much way to go. And the reason why is Pocket Circuit, obviously. They were so proud that they bring this back. By the way, I love Pocket Circuit. They were so proud to bring this back that they just had to show it to us during the main objective things. So we sadly won't be racing anything, and we just go outside and go to Akame's. This is the first time they bring that back since Kiwami. This is the first time the kart racing game is on Dragon Engine, so that's big things. And this is again, we saved Hanawa, and now we have to wait for him to like recover at the Daidoji before like Daidoji calls up, and we figure something out. And in the meantime, Akama tells us to go visit Mizurugi because he has an super cool ultra gadget for us, which is Serpent. Serpent is really good, but we don't really use it. I just have to focus on that menu. That's one of the hardest menus to do. So Serpent gives you lightning shoe, or like shoes with like a small engine behind it or whatever, like little nitros, whatever. And you can move a little bit faster during the fights with that, and it also damages enemies that you run into with it. It's even faster than the running speed normally. So ideally in set pieces we're gonna use that. There's only one set piece left where we're gonna use that. So that's that. This is a boutique. Again, a side thing we have to visit. We have to wait for that Kiryu to load there, otherwise you soft lock. And the boutique works. I'm gonna be a little safe and actually buy more like governors as well. The boutique is the first time in the Yakuza series they introduced a custom outfit. You can change the top, you can change the bottom, you can change the head, whatever, you know. And in the past games they also had funny outfits, but it was locked behind the premium adventure, which is like a game mode after you finish the game, to like come back and finish the side stuff or whatever. So it's really cool to see like some customization. We are also getting customization in the new like a Dragon or Yakuza game coming up. And Akama gives us Silver Tiger, but she also introduces us to this pain and misery, which is fine in any percent, but I hate this place in our sub-series. Introduces us to the Hell Team Rumble. And the Hell Team Rumble is a... You like bring up your clan or whatever it's called. You bring up your clan and you fight in a big area with them. That's it. Thing is, a big prompt. All of these like recruits we have are like characters we can actually play in the Coliseum. So any moveset you see on these guys, which have like the green health bar, which are my allies, we can actually use. That was a bad signal. And there are like a bunch of them. Like some of them have the same fighting style as the others, but especially machine gun guys have insane heat action when we abuse in the all substories, because in all substories you have to finish Amon, and Amon is locked behind finishing the whole Coliseum. Good thing. So before I was talking about a golden tiger that we have to acquire, and that it requires finishing some stuff in the Coliseum. So you need 3 silver matches to... It's gonna go to the ground, hopefully. Nice. So you need to finish 3 silver matches for it to meet the requirements. So we're gonna do that right now. These 2 are probably the easiest to do, because they can all die on 1 cigarette throw. You can see how lucky I am today. Yeah, they can all die on 1 cigarette throw. Sometimes 1 survives, sometimes like here 2 survives. It's really RNG, depends if they guard it or not. And that's the Coliseum. Bye bye, I don't wanna see you ever again. So the fastest ways to the helipad is just using the boutique, because it's slightly closer than using like the normal elevators. The next thing, like opposite to us there, was the other cabaret club you can do. I haven't really talked about it, I don't know if you could see it, but they decided to have live actions movies for the cabaret. And I kid you not, it's in 4K, and alone that thing takes like 20 gigs or 30 gigs. There is a demo of Yakuza Infinite Wealth on this, and it takes less space than the movies from the Cabaret Club. So here we just visit Mizurugi. He tells us, "Oh, you did good, good boy," and then Daidoji calls us that they want us to meet up in the hideout, and we get to the hideout, and they tells us, "Cool, you saved Hanawa, but he needs to die anyway." And also upgrade. Gosh. Yeah, that should work. We need at least 1 hit bar, because we're also gonna start this fight with a cigarette.
If I may.
Maybe after this fight, if possible.
Sure.
Okay. So for this fight, like I said, we're gonna start it with a cigarette and walk a little bit backwards. Hopefully that's gonna kill all of them. Like all of the small enemies, and we have to keep attention to Hanawa if he throws a flashbang at us. I don't want that, but sure. And then we need to... Cool, targeted that. We need to take 1 health bar from him, and then use the heat attack. It doesn't matter what heat attack, but some of the things are faster than the others, and that was the fight. Cool. And also the chapter 2, so you can go ahead with the donations or anything you wanted to say now.
Yes. We have donation from Zachariasz. I'm pretty sure that Jezik is in the background was in Yakuza. Yeah, it looks like it. And I'm sorry. And the other one is from Racket. Don't mind me, just dropping my favorite Czech meme about dogs. Psy pogotowie z techu. Pies, moja... I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. Moja baja repozofra wpadło, psy pogotowie. Wypróbowałem na nie szczekać, pies, nie pomogło. Psy pogotowie, o diable, pies, o diable.
Yeah, I didn't catch it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Basically two dogs being like, well, My ball is under the couch. Oh damn! Oh damn!
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes. Sorry.
So, what I mentioned before, the part with getting to the golden tiger is right now, and we need to do some sub-stories because that's the fastest way to reach the level she wants. So we're gonna accept some of this stuff and end it with Golden Samurai. Golden Samurai is different to all of the other requests I picked. All of these has like a set point that we have to go to. Golden Samurai doesn't. Golden Samurai is roaming around and we have to keep attention to the map, and he's here. So we have to fight him right now. And I'm doing it for the memes. Nobody else does it, but normally you would use the Exceed on him and just kill him the fastest way possible. But you can do a little meme if he cooperates, and I don't like he walks. Ah, that's bad. Give me a sec. You can do strong... Ah, that was really close. You can do a strong punch to him. And... maybe... yeah! Nice. So you can do one strong punch to him, and if you are standing close to the bridge, or to the pathway, or whatever, you can throw him into the water. And he just instantly dies. It's hilarious, like you just seen. It's not... he has to really cooperate. It's like... slightly faster if you get it first try. But I do it every time because it's funny. So this is about the strongest convenience quirk. A lot of these requests has to do with like getting our clan bigger. So we are trying to recruit this guy, which is apparently the strongest clerk around. So we're gonna juggle him, and that's that. In the Coliseum we have like 3 classes, damage, tank and healer. This guy is a healer. And after this we're gonna do one of the longer fetch quests. Or it's quite short for the speedrun, but it's still longer than just walking to a place and beating a guy. This is Seeking Advice. And it's about a mysterious thing called Shot DDT. And it's an AI model that gives this guy hints. He was, before he put the offer, he wanted like a woman, I believe, to teach him some dating skills. But when we get there, he's like, dude, this thing is perfect. It will help me get woman. And it tells him some stupid stuff like jump off the bridge or like how to impress a girl. Go beat a local thug. Huh? And this is ending near the bridge where he meets up with the lady. And this is like a 21st century romance thing. You just find out that she was also using the Shot DDT to answer his stupid prompts. That like, she was so scared to answer incorrectly that she was also using it, so it was 2 bots talking to each other. But yeah, he's really weak, so 2 quick step strikes and he's done. Ooh, don't do that. And the last thing is going to the Ashidaba Park, and we're gonna beat some homeless guy who is apparently also the strongest homeless guy ever. But he has a pipe, so I don't know if that counts. And he's like, sure, I'll join your clan, but you have to beat me. And we just gonna do the 3-hit combo, and that's it. If he doesn't attack, which he did, so we have to do a little bit more attacks, but that's fine. And with that, yeah. And with that, we're gonna have all of our sub-stories finished for the level, maybe it's level 11, I'm not 100% certain. Oh, it's level 10, okay. But before we get the golden tiger, there's one more thing, and that's the bond drink we have to go through. This is a thing that was in a lot of Yakuza games as well, like talking.
もちろんそういうのも好きやけどな。今日はまったりやりたい気分っちゅうわけ。
We can just press any option, it doesn't matter.
やん、減るもんやなし。聞かせてや。
And that was the bond drink. Now you can sing karaoke with her. But we're not gonna do that.
上流。さすが上流やな。
So we get a message that we can go to the castle now. Because we were doing the golden tiger thing to progress the story, but story-wise we just had to wait. And this is one of the last upgrades we do. And it's before this next set piece coming up. We meet up with Tsuruno. And Tsuruno finally tells us, after we beat Deidoji and everyone, he finally tells us what the fuss is about. Oh no. Oops. What's a bad word? Eh. Okay. That still kinda worked. Yeah, so he finally tells us, like, what the hell is it about. The thing is, Omi aliens with Dojo clan, one of the two biggest clans, want to disallow. Because they had, like, enough. So they go, and I forgot who leads Omi aliens. But I believe we actually fought him in the Coliseum. No, cancel it. Okay. I'm doing like bronc inputs, but it's fine. It's like 10 seconds. 10 seconds here and there. And Nishitani finds us out and just goes, kill this guy, please. Look at these two dudes with their guns. And that was the serpent. And this is one of the unskippable fighting scenes, and I always like to remind everyone that Kiryu doesn't kill. You know. Rubber bullets. For this fight I wanna start in the next heat, go there with the serpent that hopefully gonna kill two of these small guys. And then just, because he gets angry if you kill the two small guys, so we can finish him off and he doesn't get knocked down. The fastest way to open doors is if you open double, which is funny, but that's the thing, how it works. And for this part, a little small optimization is you move faster if you just tap the left. So what I'm doing is I'm tapping A on my keyboard. Two more enemies. This guy has like big health bars, but it's steel drum. Ooh. Almost weird. So another thing we have to traverse through, and on this ladder I wanna kinda like move to the left and then up, because if I would... Didn't work. If I would just move there like that, he would do that little stump, like grip over or whatever that is. Okay. And I don't know what this castle has with clowns, but You're gonna see a big clown. Or whatever that is. Surprised that didn't kill you, but... Ooh. Ooh, okay. Nice. Still kill everyone. I'm gonna summon the drones. The only reason for that is... to cancel that counter he does. Because if you have drones, he does the small animation where you can... you can still like damage him through that. It also does a lot of damage if you do it in Exceed, someone like wave of drones. So that's cool. Oh, and when I mentioned before that in set pieces we ideally want to use the serpent, right? I don't know why, but you have a different way for these fights. Yes. Where it just goes like from fight to fight to fight to fight, and it's not like one continuous fight, like for example Daidoji Temple we did at the beginning of this. Yeah, I don't really understand why they have that, but... And why also the strongest guy has to look like this. It's one of the Yakuza things. So again... I probably didn't have to go out of my exit for that, but... Let's see if he didn't, cool. And now we're gonna fight Nishitani, the first. Woohoo. So we unlocked one of the most broken hit actions ever, and that's this knee. This knee just takes away bars of HPs easily, like 3 bars of HP on beginner with the equip we have and like that. So we're gonna do 2 knees on this guy, and there's gonna be a first QT in this fighting scene, which is A, always A. And for anyone, there's gonna be like a warning right now, a big bright light coming up in a second, because he's gonna throw a flashback and I don't know if I can do it before he throws it, so look away for a bit. Okay, that should be fun. There's also gonna be one section like that later, but I'm also gonna, like, anytime we are fighting Nishitani, just look away for a bit. And that was chapter 3. We beat Nishitani and he tells us, just don't show your face here ever again, man. So this is also like a side thing. We have to visit Mizurugi's shop. This time we can taxi to this first stop, and the only reason for that is when we were doing the taxi to the second spot, you can see it right here. There is a fight spawn in the way, and this one gonna trigger for sure. It didn't. But usually it triggers, and you can't open the doors to his workshop if you have a fight on yourself. So that's we are using the second taxi spot. It's like, what, 1 second slower. So Mizurugi is in hurt, and this guy stole all of his gadgets. What the hell, man? That's no cool. And this guy should... yeah, on the serpent. So yeah, we're gonna beat him up, but this is a introduced thing, like, to a really long side thing, where these guys just are part of the Four Kings, just like revealed later. And it's a big thing in the Coliseum, and you have to do also all of these Hell Team Rumbles with him and like that. So now we have another waiting segment, which is for the call from Turno. What the game doesn't tell you is you have to go here and you get the call from Turno. And now this is one of the most amazing sections in the game, like casually wise. It's just going out and having fun. It's about sending a message to Nishitani that Kiryu is like, or Joryu is not hiding at all. So again, cigarette. Sometimes you can see like really funny flying bodies over. And all this part, it started in the cabaret ground when we spent like what, I don't know, 10 million bills, million yens maybe. And then we have to go to all these waypoints on the map. This is about beating Shishido in golf, which I'm not gonna do. He's gonna tell us we suck or something, but man, this is a speedrun, I don't care. And because... do I have time for that? I'm gonna mention it later, but I think we have time for that, so we can do it. So there are more objectives here, one on the left. There are also set fight spawns. One on the right you can see here, but we're gonna fight that in a bit. So we go here, they bring ladies or something and walk the alleyway, whatever. This is a big eating session. And now we have like Kiryu dialogue that he says, didn't we have enough? And both of them are like, no. Duh. We have to do more stuff. So we buy a formal attire, which is like a suit, but it's used for... you can use that in the customization in the boutique. And the next two things, one is karaoke. And I'm really glad you all chosen Japanese, because I'm running my personal timer next to it, and I do believe we have a time to do some karaoke. Oh no. Okay. This guy sometimes gets knocked up, sometimes not, so you have to pay attention to that. Obviously we wanna end this fight as closest to the karaoke, but... what's that? So I bring our singing emotes, this is a brand new song, man. This is mandatory. If anyone asks, this is mandatory.
You say like it's a bad thing.
Well, we don't have a mandatory karaoke in any Yakuza speedrun, so...
微笑む姿夢見ていたライターで灯したタバコにロマンチックな雪が降り積もるさよならさらないもうすぐ愛しいあの子はあいつの腕の中さよなら降りないプレゼントの配り先のない哀れなサンタクロース世界中が愛で満ちる夜にさよなら俺のサイレンラブSilent love.
It gives the vibe like we have a Mariah Carey at home. If you're being brave enough, please send us donations with your favorite Yakuza song. If not, type it into the chat. Thank you.
Obviously. The series has a lot of bangers.
True.
I'm kinda sad they put one of the songs behind a paywall in the next upcoming game, but that's Sega. Anyway, the last thing we did for this Friday, I call it Friday night in my split, but for this like going out was pool, and we lost to Tsuruno. And I can forgive Shishido beating me in goal, but because it's a speedrun, but keep in mind I can't really forgive Tsuruno. It's another level losing in pool. So with that, with the last thing finished, all of the fights despawned, so we can just walk through that bottom path and go safely to here. And then we go to the cabaret, because I think Nishitani calls us or something like that. And we can do, yeah, we can hit them both with one cone, which worked perfectly. Dragon Engine at its finest. And this is one of the like bigger fights you probably haven't even like. We haven't probably seen it something like this big, but most of them should die on a cigarette. So I wanna, because hitting enemies on the floor is not ideal. Okay, he dodged that. Maybe seconds? Yeah, cool. And right after this big cabaret grand fight, we have another fight. And this time in the castle, we're just gonna go in there and smash all the things. Obviously with like masks on, so nobody knows it's us. Nobody knows Tsuruno is helping me and Shishido. Nope. Can't tell these guys, never met them. A lot of them survived, but we'll see. We have like a lot of friendly guys here. Friendly guys that could help you with like dealing with some of them. Shoutouts to anyone who has a hammer, but we're gonna see that in a bit for sure. Because there's one set piece with Shishido, and he's the hammer guy, and he's... Hey, why are you blocking? Who's alive? Okay. The set piece with Shishido that's gonna be coming up in a bit as an experience. I'm just gonna say that there's something among the words of friendly fire on, but it doesn't do damage. Okay, so now we can actually go through the boutique because we have fast travel open. And we can go to the helipad. The thing is, the clown stops us. And this guy has drones. Ooh, this is all the... Okay, that was weird. Will this work? Okay, that was kind of weird. Because he cancelled the drones earlier than he usually does. You have like a little bit of room to breathe there. So you can just spam attacks, but I didn't even get him to the threshold, which is weird. I'm just gonna quickly check. Probably could. Yeah. That was the Yakuza, I think. But the clown had to do something with Mizurugi and the guy who stole the equipment. So it's a wall thing in the Coliseum that we're not gonna do. And right now, we're gonna go to the golf center. That's where... I think Nishitani again calls us. I don't know the exact details, but after this, we're just gonna storm the Nishitani's place. Because he's one of the main obstacles in disallowing the Tojo and Omi clan, because his family wouldn't accept that at all. So we need to take him out with a picture. Obviously not killing. Kiryu doesn't kill. That was a nice jump he did. Okay, we're gonna focus the big guys. Hopefully some attacks connects with the others. Okay. Not ideal, but whatever. Ooh. Someone is in the guarding mood today. Shishiro comes to rescue us in this car. I do remember that. But we are going to Nishitani's hideout. Yay! And this is the set piece I was talking about. Hammer. So... Shishido... Okay, that kind of worked. That's fine. No! Yes, you can see that there. Shishido doesn't really distinguish between allies and enemies. And he can hit you with the hammer as well and send you flying across the roof. Roof. So we kind of wanna avoid that when possible. Kill him. Yep, I knew it was really promising for you, Shishido. So we want to pick up this plant and hit the main guy. Shishido, if you could focus the other guys, that would be amazing. I think you have to finish them all, so... Yeah. And now, because this set piece is done correctly, we can use the Serpent Boots to get through this a little bit faster. There is a small tag we can do when opening these doors, and that's... Nope, not that. I don't understand the thing here. Ooh. Oh, that's kind of bad. Nope. Okay, thank you. It's like doing it. not throwing cigarettes, doing a sidestep. Well, I mentioned like why I didn't probably mention it why English is faster, but some of these dialogues like this one, Shishiru. Some of these dialogues like that one is skippable on the English tab for whatever reason. Oh, he actually targeted the other guy. I don't believe it. Amazing. And this is Nishitani again. And what do we know from the first time we fought him? Me. So again, he throws a flashback coming out of this next QT. So look away for like 30 seconds. This one, he always does it, and I actually do want to trigger it as I could trigger the heat action here. And now we want to switch to the agent. And finish him off with the 2 attacks. And that's almost the end of the game. Woohoo. The only thing remaining, Nishitani is actually dead. They killed him. Shishido agreed to him with Tsurno. They didn't tell Kiryu, and he's like, man, don't talk to me ever again or my kids. And before we start the finale, we have some stuff to take care of. Not talking to Akaman, but sleeping. Just bunch of walking there and back. We were just in the Daidoji hideout, and now we have to go back there again.
If we have some things to take care of, my cat just grabbed my microphone and unmuted it, so I think it's time for some donations. We have 10 euros from Faithy. Greetings to Gemma. Thank you very much for your donation.
Thank you. So Daidoji tells us to just return to the temple. Where we just wait out for the whole disallow of the Yomi aliens and things like that. When he still needs us for like the last time. And before that, we're gonna go back to Akemi now. And a familiar face, Turno, gonna be here. And we have an option to forgive him, but do you remember how I to forgive him for not telling us that he's gonna kill Nishitani? But do you remember how I mentioned that I'm never gonna forgive him for beating us in pool? Can't do it, man. And now we activated the finale. There's gonna be one more flashbang because Nishitani is alive. It's actually Shishido is double crossing us, and he actually teamed up with Nishitani. There's gonna be the flashbang in a bit. We want to hit Shishido with the heat action, so Nishitani throws the flashbang. And he goes to the roof, hopefully, in a bit. Nice. So, the way this fight works, it's like 2 parts. The big part, we have to transition to the second stage. And the way we do that is getting threshold of one of the big guys low enough. So, Nishitani just throws the grenade and escapes. Nishitani is way harder to hit with with anything, but especially with the heat action, so 3, 4, 5. Okay, that didn't work. That's fine. Ugh. Okay. Little rough, but that's fine. And that's Nishizane done for good, maybe. Or we still need to deal with Shishido, and... Come on. Do we want to get him to the heat attack again? Or like when he starts charging the heat or whatever? Threshold? That? Don't hit me with the bat. And then we wanna use the knee heat action again. And finish the rest of this fight with quick step strikes. Okay, whatever happened there. Ah, Vojtas131. Vojtas131 is the main guy from the Aomi. That's the one guy who are supposed to protect. So now that we have Nishitani and Shishido taken care of, yes, we can disallow the Yomi Alliance and the Tojo clan. And this is where it kind of blends in with the events of Yakuza 7 or Yakuza Like a Dragon. Okay. Which is you can see Ichi in the background if you look closely, I don't know. There in the middle. And obviously like Omi and Tojo didn't take this easy, you know, so they obviously had to fight when stuff like this happens, because he still needs to go to the police. I don't know how legal this stuff is, but I don't know why he has to like go through like legal stuff, but he has to disallow it like legal way for whatever reason. And he also gonna turn himself in the process. Banger OST, by the way. We haven't really talked about it, but Yakuza has some of the best OSTs ever. Ooh, that's how far gonna kill. A lot of guarding. But hey, we deal with every angry Yakuza. Yay. There's nothing left, right? Well. Shishido still wants to fight, and obviously has an army of guys with him. And this is one of the coolest fights. Like, these 4 so famous people in the series. Daigo, Majima, Saejima and Kiryu. They're fighting arm to arm. It's almost like Yakuza 4, but they forgot Tanimura. So again, there's not much to say, we just focus the main guys. I hope it's gonna go pretty quick. But obviously this fight has to be shirtless. Like, obviously. And there's also a funny like cutscene leading up to this where like Majima is like, dude, are you him? And he's like, no. I don't know anyone but by that name. Well, I don't know anyone by name Kiryu. Who's that? And after this fight he's like, yep, that's him. And then Shishido. This guy has like 20 HP bars buffed. It's gonna be epic, but in a speedrun we finally used the stamina spark that we collected earlier, and he's gonna have some knees. And there's also like bunch of transition we have to go through. All of this is like set capped of HP, but it's really epic. I really love this. So in the meantime, because we are getting close to the end, is the last fight that ends on the final QT, which is gonna be triangle or Y on the Xbox controller. I can give some shoutouts. Shoutouts to the whole Yakuza community, especially like PS Color for routing a lot of stuff in this game. Basically, the route is like 90% his. And shoutouts to my speed friends in Czech Republic for always like supporting me and being good friends. I probably like forgot someone, but like just everyone who's watching, and you probably know like who I mean by. So this is a big like flashback to Kiwami 2 with this chandelier. That's why I really like this game, because it references so much stuff from the other Yakuza games. It's just amazing. And also shoutouts to the English voice actor for Shishido for being like for making this fight feel like the English dub on the original PlayStation 2. With like the whole Nishiki final boss fight, this feels so much like it. They don't really hesitate with using swear words, so maybe for the better we have it in Japanese. Also look at this. This is like some insane stuff. I honestly don't know how you can pull that off. And nope. Nope. That's definitely not humanly possible. And obviously it has to end here. Right behind us is the 4 Yakuza guys. So one more knee, and then we're gonna switch to agent, do 2 attacks, and that's gonna be time and on the final QT. So when I hit it, hopefully I hit it. If we don't hit it, then he regenerates his HP, but it's always Y or triangle. Why it would be different this time? So time coming up, and no. So yeah, that was Like a Dragon Gaiden. The man who erased his name to protect his future, or whatever the description says. It was an honor to show this game off, because this is like one of the games I really tried to speedrun from the Yakuza games. I don't want to watch these scenes because they make me cry. And yeah, that's gonna be it from me. Thanks for watching.
It was such a pleasure
and,
to see you running it.
And thanks for the hosting and donation reading as well.
Thank you. Okay, so you're watching GSPS part of Marathon Alliance. And if you don't know what Marathon Alliance is, it's a collaboration bringing different European speedrunning organizations together. The goal is to show the world the content, and as we see, the variety that European speedrunning has to offer. So if you want to know more, use the MA command on our chat to see what we have in store. So thank you so much, Vojtas, for your run. It was truly amazing.
Do you make the time for love? You just wait for when the landslide comes.